Boys and girls, our story today is all about creation and how God created everything in 6 days and then he rested on the seventh. Did you ever wonder where this world even came from? How did we get things like trees and mountains and rivers and land and birds? Well, here's how it happened. A long, long time ago, God saw that the earth was nothing. There was nothing there but darkness and just a mixture of a whole bunch of nothing. But God decided he was going to do something wonderful. He was going to create this earth and everything in it. And so on the first day that he decided to create this earth, God looked around and all he saw was darkness. And God spoke out with his tremendous voice saying, "Let there be light!" And there was light. God created light on the first day. On the second day of creation, God decided that he needed to separate out the air from the water. And so God said, let's separate out the air from the water. And then there was a sky, and then there were oceans where lots of water are. God separated those two things out, and that was the second day. On the third day of creation, God looked around and he said, we need to have some solid land so people can walk around. So he created solid land. He created the ground where everything can sit on and what you and I stand, walk, run, and play on. He also created the trees and all of the flowers and vines and all of the fruits and the vegetables that we eat. And that was the third day. On the fourth day of creation, God decided that he needed to light up the place up and so we could see everything. So he created the sun out so far away from us so that during the day we can see all of the things that he made. And he also created the moon and the stars to shine at night so that we can see a little bit at night. And the moon and the stars also help us to navigate. We can tell where we are on the planet because of the position of the moon and the stars. And that was the fourth day. On the fifth day of creation, God looked at all those waters that he had created, all those oceans and rivers and lakes, and he said, we need to fill these up. So he created all of the fish. He created all of the beautiful different kinds of fish, big fish like whales and sharks, little fish like minnows and goldfish, to fill all those waters. He also looked up at the sky and he said, we need to fill up this sky. So he created birds of every shape, size, and color. When you get up early in the morning, you can go outside, you can hear the birds singing. Imagine how they were singing the very first day they were created. That was the fifth day. Now on the sixth day, God looked around the land and he said, we got to fill up this land. So he created all of the animals, from the tiny, tiny animals like mice, all the way up to the giant animals like rhinoceroses and elephants and gorillas and hippopotamuses. He created all of the land animals, including people like you and me. Well, that was the sixth day. Whew. At the end of those 6 days, God looked around at all he had created and he said, this is very good. God was pleased with his creation and his design because he knew he was making the ideal place for you and for me to grow up, to learn and to love and to learn about him and to let Jesus in our heart. So after all those creations on the first day, the second day, the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, and the sixth day, on the seventh day, God chose to rest. He was so pleased with everything that he did, so he rested on the seventh day. And God gave you and me a gift for all the years, ever since creation, all the way up to now. He gave us the gift of being able to rest on the seventh day, or what we call the Sabbath. That's why we rest on the Sabbath, because at the end of creation week, God also rested. And it's a time for us to get together, to love each other, to learn about God, to serve other people, and just to enjoy what He has made. Because I'll tell you what, boys and girls, when I look around at all of the things that God made during the creation week, I agree. It is all very good.